Hello there everybody and welcome to another video and welcome to another review video. And I have to admit that I've made an error. Yes, I've made a serious mistake of stopping reading the new Conan the Barbarian series by Titan Comics, written by Jim Zub and illustrated at this moment by Fernando Dagnino. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I know that the first couple of issues, I think it was the first and the second story arc, I can't remember, I'm sorry, but those reviews are there on my channel, was illustrated by someone else. Now, I haven't reviewed a comic book in quite a while because, honestly, I haven't read any comic books lately. No, for the last, gods know how long, I've mainly, only and exclusively been reading novels, books, which is my preferred medium, but I do enjoy a good graphic novel, a good comic book. Less lately, but based on this, there's something finally that I will get into with joy and enthusiasm in my heart, and I will catch up with this series. Now, why am I reviewing issue 21 when I stopped after the first paperback? Because I saw a post actually a couple of hours ago, an hour ago actually, that was very quick, by Jim Zub on X, formerly Twitter, and he said, "So how can I get you into reading and reviewing my Conan run? Have you got a channel? Have you got a website? Do you want to review it? Contact me. I might provide you with a free review copy of issue 21. And I said to myself, yeah, well, why not? So I contacted him, and he I just have to thank you very much. He did, and I read issue 21, and I am happy to say that the quality has remained the same since the initial issues, rather since the first paperback that I read and reviewed at the time. Now, I reviewed it by issues that I bought digitally. It's cheaper for me to read them, buy them digitally. I have them almost immediately when they come out, and then I wait for a trade from Europe. Getting things when they come out in the United States, like the day they come out, is not really a possibility for me, but this is the alternative. So the quality hasn't declined, and I have been very vocal about the fact that I don't really like Conan stories that are not written by Robert E. Howard himself. I know that many an author has written Conan, many an illustrator has illustrated Conan, not only in like short fiction form, like short stories, novellas, and even novels, but also in comic books. And Conan in comics has had a long history, starting with Marvel, then going to Dark Horse, then to Marvel again, and now it's published by Titan Comics. And I have to say that all the literary techniques and the style, and as far as the production goes and how it is written, it's the same as I remember from the initial trade, which is Jim Zub is trying to write it in vein of the good old Conan stories written by Robert E. Howard, very heroic, not really pretending to be high fantasy. It is, after all, sword and sorcery. We know there are multiple subgenres of the fantasy genre. One of them is sword and sorcery, and that is which Conan the Barbarian absolutely is. We do read Conan the Barbarian for the heroism, for the twists in the plot that, while not predictable, they are not surprising, right? So we see Conan going somewhere, fighting a monster, saving a lady, and then, boom, he goes to a city and there's a sorcerer. Dum, dum, dum. He has to fight an evil sorcerer that changes into a huge serpent or something. Or Conan arrives in a village and everybody's acting strangely, which is precisely what happened in this issue. I'm not going to talk about the the plot too much. I don't want to spoil it. Read it for yourself. This is the best way you can enjoy those stories. But that's precisely what this issue is about. Conan and his companions and the lady arrive in a town, and everybody's acting strange, almost too nicely. And everybody has got this like evil grin on their faces, like, yes, welcome travelers, here, have some flowers over your neck and come to our inn. Our prices are very cheap and you can eat as much as you can. And everybody has like this Jack Nicholson grin. And you're like, yeah. But Conan, of course, he doesn't buy it. He doesn't believe them. And he's like, yeah, all right. Hey, fellas, don't drink that wine, all right? Yeah, so... And then the rest you have to read for yourselves. So, in this way, it absolutely has got the vibes and the atmosphere of stories written by Robert E. Howard. And at the same time, those literary techniques that I appreciate as a literature major, Old English literature major, like alliteration. I enjoy these things, like, you know, playing with the language and all those things that you can do in a story. It's just something that some people can say that it only serves an ornamental, you know, in an ornamental way in literature, ornamental function. It was not so. I mean, I have made some videos about Old English literature, Old English poetry, where I spoke about the fact that alliteration and the alliterative verse itself, they didn't only serve as, you know, an ornamental function. But that's that's a matter for another video. We are reviewing a comic book, which means that an inseparable part of every comic book has to be mentioned, and this is the artwork. The artwork is good. I like the depiction of Conan the Barbarian. I have extremely enjoyed the visuals. And there's really nothing that I can point out as being negative about this art. On the, you know, quite the opposite actually. Now, while not being an expert in art, I can tell when the artist uses digital art too much. And while I'm not against digital art, I have read many comic books and enjoyed many comic books in which the artist used digital pencil and a tablet and just drew the entire comic book digitally. Obviously, we live in the 21st century, it's 2025, those things are being done on a daily basis. However, each and every time I see something that at least looks as if it was drawn by hand on a paper, and then of course, like colored digitally, maybe inked digitally, but you can always tell that there is a physical paper and pencil involved. I dare say that at least a considerable part of this was drawn this way, and it, you know, you can tell, and I am pleased by it. So the last thing I have to say, and I probably should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, is that this is a good jumping on point for everybody that has not read the initial volumes and just wants to start now. Go to a comic book store and buy an issue or two. By issue 21, they very nicely explain everything in like an introduction prologue at the beginning, and then they mention certain things from previous issues throughout the comic book, which is something that should be done in like a periodical like this. The old Marvel way, you know, like Stan Lee, they were talking about, and Jim Shooter, who just today passed away. Rest in peace. Awful news. But they were also, always talking about the fact that every issue is somebody's first issue, right? So you should at least, you know, in every issue, like kind of remind the reader who the main character is and what the story is about and what the world is about. And this is precisely what you can find in this comic book. So, but this is of course the matter of like Western style American comic books, like periodicals, comic book issues. Me being from Europe, I'm very much used to graphic novels, like albums being drawn and written and released as thicker volumes. But I do enjoy periodicals as well. If we only liked one thing, life would be very bland and boring. Absolutely enjoying that. But a piece of recommendation. Instead of making this issue a jumping on point, go back and get the first trades. It's 100% worth it. Not only will you be caught up, like I wasn't, my mistake, it will be remedied, but you will not miss out on some very good stories and very good art. Yeah, so thank you very much. Absolutely 100% recommend. I'm looking forward to getting the trades I haven't got so that I can get caught up. And that'll be all. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Do you like Conan the Barbarian? Do you like Conan stories? Do you like Conan comic books? Have you read any? What do you think? Let me know all about it. That'll be all. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm out of here.